Hello there, beautiful Gemini energies. Welcome back. How you all doing? I hope you're doing wonderful and amazing and your blessings continue to flow in for you in life. I appreciate everyone here. Y'all are super awesome and thank you for spending some of your time with me today. All right. So for this reading, I will tap in to see where things are headed for you at this time. I'll check in with your guides, the energies around you, take a peek at what's going on around in love and relationships, okay? And whatever other messages choose to pop up for you from your higher self for your higher good. Take only the messages that resonate, okay? Leave behind the ones that do not and allow the universe to sort it all out. These are general readings, okay? And this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, rising signs. And as always, cross watchers, everybody is welcome here. Let's see where things are headed for you right now, where you are with your soul journey and your path. All right, what messages show up? So we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness and my awareness. A lot of you here, you're manifesting some things. You're probably tuning in into what's out there in terms of knowledge about the life and around us and the universe. And I feel like the growth and expansion from a spiritual sense here is coming in for you. You may be actually stepping into that journey here very soon. You may become enlightened to things around you that you may not have even known either existed or can exist. It is what it is. We all have our own path. But the point is here, I feel like you're desiring more to connect with yourself, more to kind of realign with your higher self. Again, you're like looking within for some of you, and some of the day-to-day things around you are starting to become like mundane, boring, not interested. Okay, there's just you're being pulled up to a higher calling here. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of growth and expansion coming in here. All right, and then we have death here. Okay, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So again, you are probably detaching from a current state and you're going to be expanding and ascending here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of the death of the ego, the death of the old self, things like that, with in terms of death, basically releasing things that are not just negative or no longer serve you, but are you've outgrown. Okay, you're growing into a different higher self. I feel like that's super awesome and beautiful, you guys. Like, expansion in life is just an amazing concept, and just the journey itself is just mind-blowing. So there's going to be an expansion for you here coming through. I mean, consciousness, it could catapult you into a new business idea, into a new path in life, into a new journey, into anything. I mean, you are destined to achieve this growth that's coming your way. All right, let's see what else is headed towards you and where things are headed for you. We have psychic protection, shield, and bad dreams. I feel like for a lot of you here, you are literally awakening to your inner self here, your consciousness, your awareness. Some of you are so tuned in, you're actually like starting to, kind of either develop psychic abilities or connect with things on a psychic level. I'm very serious. You have the protection for it and you're being shielded. So it almost feels like for some of you, you're growing into this new self. All right. So I feel like I don't think of occults and witchery and anything like that. When I think of psychic ability, I think of like universe abilities that are gifts. All right. I don't do I believe light and dark, but I don't do anything in between for that. I literally just, feel like for a lot of you here, you're like evolving into that higher self that we're talking about. So get ready for some of you. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling drained, if you're feeling, secluded, if you're feeling like lack of interest with the people around you, things are just not exciting anymore. Not depression. I'm just saying you're just changing course. This is because you're going to be kind of getting into like a new sense of self here. All right, so whatever dreams you're getting, whatever, those could be downloads preparing you. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. We have outsider here. We have a loner and a wanderer. So I do feel like, again, for a lot of you, you may be feeling like, again, you're like it's starting to expand your journey in life, your consciousness here. So I don't feel like you are being treated like an outsider, but I do feel like you feel like you're an outsider. It just feels like there's some groups and things, again, that used to kind of be fun to do or exciting or just you know, it's just not your style anymore. I feel like for a lot of you, you are taking like a quiet journey right now with yourself. I feel like it's coming through from just the desire to kind of figure yourself out or figure what's going on. It feels like you're silencing your thoughts and you're cutting out either negative people, or just you're cutting out the extra, anything extra. You're just kind of not indulging it. You're like, almost, it feels like you're setting up some standards for your inner growth here. And I feel like some of you, if you're not doing this while being aware, this is the preparation phase. So you might feel like an outsider, but it's not because you're treated. You're actually pulling yourself out of these webs. Okay. Jealousy, you're around a very jealous energy here. I feel like there's somebody here that just does not want you to be happy. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like for a lot of you, that's also one of the things where you're changing course. Like you don't want to play that stuff anymore. Don't care if it's your family, sister, brother, whatever, jealousy, karmic, best friend, friend, lover, ex-lover. There's something here that's kind of has, you know, it's kind of been something that's followed you everywhere. Like, I feel like you just have, again, you're very gifted, you're very kind of enriched in ways that you're like awakening to. And I feel like for a lot of you, changing course and everything, people are just literally like can't figure it out. Like, how come Gemini, what's going on with Gemini? And I feel like for a lot of you here, there's a lot of envy, and I feel like somebody here used to make you maybe feel bad for looking nice, being pretty. I mean, somebody here is just very punishing. We have a very negative energy. I keep feeling like Saturn keeps showing up. Okay, we have rebellion here. Okay, so you're on a quest here. Okay, like I said, you're saying, you know, forget all this. I'm out. I'm punching out. You know, gonna time to check in myself and just take something off on my own here. I'm not necessarily saying, okay, you're going hermit mode. You could be, I don't know. I'm just saying you're really stepping into your own self here, and you're really working with what you are awakening to, your strengths, your abilities. Something, there's like a fire kindling underneath you. Okay, something is just kind of getting you into a very passionate place in your life. All right. So, and look at this, her last day in the light, unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. And then we have changing course. Okay. And we also have unexpected endings. I mean, so a revolution, something's upstarting. Okay, so there's something here that I feel like you're going through, and it's shocking a lot of people around you. People are not like believing like this is it. Like, you know, like you're really kind of taking a very strong stance and direction in your life. The people that are proud of you are proud of you, and the people that are hating on you are hating on you. It's very, very obvious. It's coming through. But again, I feel like for a lot of you, your focus is your own life path, your stability here. All right, let's see what else is coming in for you, what's headed your way. All right, and what things are headed for you. What's going on with Gemini and their love counterpart and their love partner and their soulmate or twin flame, while together or in separation? What is going on with that situation with Gemini and that person? Okay, that counterpart. What is going on with Gemini? Where are things headed for Gemini with this situation and energy? Let's see here. Pride and ego. Okay, so we have somebody that's ridiculously stubborn, but I feel like there's an energy here. It could be you. You're very, very, you're standing your ground here. I think I mentioned that very briefly earlier. You're taking a stance in a position in a certain direction, not just for spiritual growth, but you're dealing with an energy here where I feel like you're done with their games. They could be a little arrogant, okay, sometimes, and I feel like it's again, it's something that could be putting you off here about the situation with them. All right, we have harmony, peace, balance, and friendship. I feel like the biggest thing that is going on for you right now is you're seeking peace and balance in your life and harmony. And again, it kind of shows up here. We've kind of already said that a million times. Not gonna keep going, but I do feel like somebody here is also in their pride and ego, and they're not speaking their truth about the peace and harmony that they would like to have, or even just maintain a friendship with you here. So it just feels like somebody is just being very stubborn, and just kind of you know, thinking like taking things for granted with you to some degree. All right, we have shattered here. Okay, so jealousy and shattered. Yeah, somebody here, again, it feels like there's somebody here that's not as attentive as they can be or should be towards you or your feelings. I feel like this is somebody that is very arrogant. It just keeps coming up more and more so the case. Maybe they're like they lack accountability for their actions and consequences. They don't necessarily care to be very present or accountable. All right, and I feel like there's something here that's again kind of, it just feels like you've reached like your last level with a certain energy, like you've reached a peak with them and you're like about ready to shut down. Emotional whirlwind. All right, so there's a very wishy-washy energy here with you, and I feel like again something you, it's almost like it feels like really tough to even be able to establish harmony here. And we have elusive, dishonesty and trickery. It just feels again like you're around an energy of some sort that is very either selfish or self-gratifying energy. I don't feel like they're focused on anything realistic here with you or in general, but I feel like they bring a lot of problems. You are around somebody though that is very jealous of you as well, so you might be dealing with dishonesty, somebody's not giving you the right information or trying to kind of get you pit you against somebody else. I don't know why I'm getting that. All right, so we have time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action right now. Yeah, you could have disconnected from this person right now, or you've literally kind of shut down from a bunch of people. And I feel like for a lot of you here, you're like you're not guarded, but you're watchful. Like you're being cognizant, like of like I'm not gonna be like had someone waste my time. I'm not gonna be wrapped up in this. You're really trying to get yourself focused on a certain journey here, getting yourself off course. Third party. Okay, there were other things that got in the way of us being together. Again, I feel like there's just a lot of envy, jealousy, distrust. Okay, again, it just feels for a lot of you though that this energy was just not consistent. They were not necessarily in a place where they were able to kind of maintain anything. The arrogance is just real. I feel like they were just there for the fun. All right, and the good times. Yeah, damage and shattered, you guys. Okay, so we have damage showing up twice. We're both hurting from this. I feel like your struggles here are very kind of focused on healing and kind of getting yourself like starting your own revolution with yourself here and growing from something. And I feel like with them they're still in their ego to where it's kind of they're making it about themselves and their pride, and where things are is due to perhaps the third party that they don't want to be accountable for, whatever that is, whatever that distraction may be. All right, and then a soul tie. I always feel connected to you. So this is the emotional whirlwind here, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's really tough to kind of pull away from this energy. It feels like there's, again, sometimes there could be some type of happiness with them, but for the most part, things have been more damaging and hurtful than actually productive and positive for the two of you. And look, we have elusive and habits. Okay, so it says, I don't know if we will ever change. So there's somebody here that's actually literally admitting in their mind that there could be like a stubborn love. Okay, stubborn love. All right, so that's really kind of what's showing up. Essentially, like somebody is like literally not wanting to be accepting of the fact that change is necessary, so therefore they're saying, well, I don't think the both of us can change. And it's just their way of resisting or choosing to do like the right thing or to be committed. Okay, so it almost feels like somebody is just kind of, again, wanted to show up for the good times and not be there for the bad times. Okay, and I feel like you're too good for that. Like, I think you're awakening to that. But again, I also feel like the energies around you in general have been a little deceptive, or just it's just kind of, again, you're taking a turn in your life right now. You're just making a turn right now. You're taking a fork in the road. All right, see what else is going on for you. We have the Chariot, so this is a Cancer energy. Seven of Pentacles, the Death card. Okay, which is Scorpio. King of Wands, Strength card in reverse, Leo. All right, the Queen of Wands. Both the King and Queen, huh? And we have the Hangman, another major arcana in the reverse. Water sign. Bottom of the deck, the Sun, another major arcana, but in the reverse as well. And fire energy. Okay. So it does feel like something here is at a standstill. Whatever direction needs to be taken, whatever ambition is there to reach out, to communicate something, to fix an obstacle or get over it, work something out. It just feels like for a lot of you here, there's kind of a little like there's a there's a little uh it's kind of like it's energetically it's being rejected. It's desired for the right reasons, but rejected also for the right reasons. It's desired just to kind of have things kind of get back on a happy path, or like again restore that peace or balance or harmony, or just maintain a friendship. But it's also being rejected because essentially we're dealing with very unrealistic energy and a lot of ego here. All right, I do feel like somebody here wants to kind of conquer their emotions and get back on track with you. I do feel like there's somebody here that is really thinking about taking the direction that's going to be beneficial, but they're very uncertain what to do here. Feels like there's a mental delay taking place here. Okay, I do feel like somebody is it's like they have the willpower to do the right thing, but I'm sure this energy is just wanting to feel like they have an out. Okay, it just feels like somebody just does not want to be held back. All right, now the Sun here, I feel like there could have been again some type of a broken promise. Somebody here was unable to fulfill their end of the deal. There could have been some type of a broken or canceled engagement. Okay, something like that, something where things have been very difficult to move from. Jealousy here is showing up again as well with the Sun in reverse, and it almost feels like somebody's not only there's jealousy and stuff, but there's almost feels like somebody's trying to make the other person jealous. All right, kind of like they're unwilling to accept that you might be moving on from them, maybe trying to find ways to get you jealous, to check them out, or something like that. The Seven of Pentacles, you guys, I feel like for a lot of you here, your biggest desire, is to kind of grow from this and learn, but to also make the right decisions in life. I feel like a lot of you have been patient in the past. You've seen the problems for what they are. You've treated them very kindly, very nicely, and yet they still kind of showed up as though, they're expecting more and taking and taking. All right, almost putting things again in like some type of a punishing state where, like I was saying earlier, Saturn energy showing up, and it sure did here with the Seven, okay, of Pentacles, Taurus, like I said. So there's an essence here of somebody wanting to work something out and upgrade the situation. They're thinking about it, it's in their thoughts, all right? But there's a sense here with this Death card, like with something having ended recently. It feels like, the emotional attachments, I feel like somebody just wants you to stay emotionally attached to them or stay connected with them. And I feel like this person specifically, especially if they're a Scorpio, all right, they tried to sever ties, tried to end a cycle here, but the Chariot's just coming through as though they were regretting that decision that they've made. All right, it just feels like they just need to take some type of a decisive action, but they're not doing so. All right, I feel like for a lot of you here, the King of Wands, wow, with the Queen of Wands, in terms of like, where things are headed for you, somebody's charging and coming back for their queen. Okay, so they're not letting go, but the queen is also onto the king here. There's a pattern, there's an awareness taking place. It's almost like as though the queen is aware that the king's predictable behavior, kind of when things get bad or things get separated or things don't work out, the king comes back dashing on their horse and the queen's gonna take him. But the queen is like, she's got like a couple of tricks up her sleeve. Actually, there's a lot of things she's again turned into and aware of. So even if this energy tries to come back, I feel like the Strength card is going to kind of come in play, because there's a sense of inadequacy in the relationship here. So I feel like you're not going to make things as easy for them if there was ever any kind of a return. It's not going to be an easy passage to come back in and just waltz in. All right, and again with the strength card and the hangman, you know, there's a sense here again of stagnation and impulsive behavior, especially with this King of Wands. So this is somebody that's going to want to act impulsively, try to fix something, heal something, return something, but they're not consistent with it. And I feel for a lot of you, you've been hurt way too many times, or you've kind of dealt with this enough that you're really kind of focusing on it. You're taking a path, okay? You're just literally taking a path in your life. This person, they're going to try to come back and follow you with your path. They're going to have to just kind of follow you along, okay? But I feel like you're not making them the major priority, or you're not giving them the attention that they kind of used to get from you. Like, and I feel like that's kind of across as a little devastating for them, because this is somebody that really wants to be at top of the list, okay? And I feel like this is somebody that wants to say something, but I feel like they don't feel like that they have that power anymore. They don't have that power that they used to have in terms of kind of getting your attention. All right, and you're saying, if you're going to continue to behave in erratic ways, okay, then I'm out. I'm not playing this anymore. All right, I'm not going to let my anxiety get in the way. I'm not going to let anybody cause anxiety for me. All right, anxiety is actually showing up twice here. Right, to take direction here, so somebody's anxious about the direction, but to kind of also face somebody for their flaws is causing anxiety. All right, and then with the hangman overall, like I was saying, something, you know, especially if it's in the reverse, something can be saved, but I feel like one person is not going to be prepared to save the situation as the other person can. So it's almost going to be like a letdown, kind of like, well, you know, I'm going to try to give it a chance. Oh, well, here we go. They're not going to be able to uphold their side of things. It's just going to be like a little bit of an imbalance for a while. All right, and that's because this energy is just not willing to confront their issues. So they're unwilling to kind of admit to their flaws. Like I said, they want to be like unaccountable and just live their life, and just, but also have, like, you know, it's like old habits are hard to break kind of a situation here. All right, so just be careful of all of that. I feel like in terms of like positivity, you know, in terms of advice, I feel like, you know, the biggest thing here is, you know, to be very clear and decisive when you're speaking with these energies, especially the ones that are jealous of you or are causing you to feel acting, you know, to make you feel jealous. Like, you might have to be very like above that, like, you know, take a step above that and be better than that, okay? Because a lot of you're dealing with someone that likes to be the center of attention, and they don't like it when you're the center of attention. It does come across back and forth in this reading, and it could just literally be the partner, your counterpart in life, your soulmate, this connection, or it could be just like a best friend, a family member, but you're really close to them. So when any direction, it keeps showing up that there's jealousy and envy in your life. All right, so you need to kind of, you know, like cleanse that energy. All right, so let's see here. One final word for you here, message to close out this reading. I hope you enjoyed your reading, Gemini. Feel free to let me know in the comments what's going on with you. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell. Thank you again for showing up. Your message is, yeah, try to avoid harmful influences. And I feel like literally that's been what you're walking away from. All right, Mr. and Miss Gemini, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.